back to the new trainer challenge. Today we're gonna take a look at the steel type gym leader from OleSkaaren and Jasmine. Jasmine going to have the signature Pokemon Steelix, and we're going to take all the Pokemon from today from her remage team from the fighting dojo from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, being Skarmory, Empoleon and Steelix. Let's go right into the games. Going now into the battles, you of course have a triple steel team there. There were also actually some other good options for this team like Ferrothorn or Magnezone available. That she used in the main series games, but we're going to have of course Steelix, which is a must-have as this is the signature Pokemon of her. We have the Empoleon and we're going to have the Skarmory in the back. Look at this, by the way, here. Psychic Fang's gonna get the shield immediately. I don't know what the opponent expects here, but we're actually in pretty high elo range, so I don't really know why the double shield Psychic Fangs from a Steelix. But I will be able to now take this Feather Dance here. I guess they just wanted to get less damage from the Feather Dance then, which doesn't make any sense at all, but we're going to take the advantage here as well. And we can swap now into our Skarmory, as this is going to be a half decent-ish matchup here. But in general, this is going to be an interesting one. Of course, we're going to have 3 steel types here, which means we are very weak to ground types, while we have the flying type here of Skarmory and also a water type of the Empoleon with that. And we're going to be also weak for Pokemon like Charizard here, which is going to be an interesting one. I think I'm going to shield this. I'm actually going to let this move go through. That was kind of a weird play. I shouldn't have done that. But then again, we are weak to fighting types as well. But we at least have one flyer here. We have Psychic Fangs on our Steelix and we have Drill Peck on our Empoleon, so it's going to be an interesting one. Also, if you enjoyed those videos, leave a like on the video. If you hit 500 likes, I'm going to let you decide the next one on in the community tab. Recently we didn't hit the 600, so let's aim for 500 this time around. And we're going to see here a fight against us. We can go for one Psychic Fang here, which is going to do some nice damage if it would land, but they're going to go into their Sandslash here. Sandslash would have access to Bulldoze, which would be an interesting move against us, but so far we can at least go for one Crunch, get the debuff, and it looks pretty decent here. Also, what you're going to see here is a different background there. This is the city where Jasmine has her gym. I feel like if I have gym leaders or something like this, that might be something to distinguish like normal videos from those trainer challenges, which at least I feel kind of cool. Let me know in the comment section if you are okay with that, if it's too bright for you. I don't know, like there's something, sometimes this thing with those backgrounds, if they're too bright, it's kind of awkward sometimes to see on mobile. Let me know if it's all fine for you. But you face off against an opponent's Walrein, which is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to go straight for the Brave Bird, which is in hindsight I think a mistake here. If I didn't go for the Brave Bird, I would have been better off. I think I should have went for 2 Sky Attacks, because now they can go for an Icicle Spear. We have to kind of try to farm them down here, and we cannot, as we wanted to swap out here as well still, but they still have the Toxic Croak. I cannot go for the Drill back in time, sadly. I tried to click on it, but I got my fast move through, and now we have only a few HP left, and they could counter me down. Kind of not the way we wanted to start this. We have a Swampert against us. This is an awkward scenario here, but actually we're going to outspeed them for the first charge move, so we're always going to win the Zero Shield scenario, which is nice, as we will be able to now take this move. I expect them to go for Hydro Cannon, because 2 Hydro Cannon are also enough to knock me out. And I'm just going to let them... Actually, I'm going to shield this move up because I do more damage with my fast move, never mind. And I will be able to reach another Hydro Cannon here, allowing me to get even another shield or knock out the Swampert. And we're going to knock out the Swampert, which is nice. As we see a Walrein coming in, we're going to swap out here into our Steelix. Having a pretty neutral matchup here, we can go ahead and go for one Psychic Fang, trying to debuff the opponent's defenses, as we're going to shield up the potential Earthquake. It's going to be an Earthquake, and we will see that they're going to actually kind of have to swap out soon, right? We can go for the Crunch, which does more damage than the Psychic Fangs, and we will see that they're going to get another defense drop, and we can just farm them down. One Pokemon left. It's going to be a Charizard, which has to take some Psychic Fangs now, which will definitely threaten his health, as we're going to be able to swap out now into the Skarmory, trying to catch the move here, which is going to be a Blast Burn. Sadly puts us directly into range where they can farm us down, but I feel like they are not at a Blast Burn yet. I get the fast move through. It's going to be a Dragon Claw as far as I know, and this Dragon Claw does not knock us out, and 2 more fast move will be able to knock them out, so good game there, even against a Fire type. We were able to do something here. Horrible lead, and this is the thing, which is something that you're going to see with this team a little bit more often, I think, as well. Fighting types, especially Scrafty, can just run through this here. Like, there's not a lot that I can do about this. But I feel like this team here might be also really cool to showcase for the Open Great League. So if you want me to look at this team again, or like in general this trainer again for the Open Great League, let me know in the comment section as well, as we will see here the Scrafty coming with one foul player will be able to go for another charge move here, and the Sky Attack will be able to knock them out. In comes of course our Steelix now, and we see a Mewtwo in the back and a Venusaur. This looks pretty decent so far. It depends on what I want to shield here right now. While Dynamic Punch is pretty, of course, like super effective on whatever, but is also from a Pokemon with less attack compared to Venusaur, it might be smarter to just shield everything here. But it really depends. We're going to be able to get 2 debuffs there, and I will be able to now shield up the move. It's going to be a Frenzy Plant. I'm going to try to knock them out here in time, and I will be able to knock them out in time. And now it really depends if we can still win this game here. We have to try to catch one move, I feel like. We are definitely going to be able to survive one Dynamic Punch. I should have already tried to catch here, but sadly they're going to go for the charge move here. Dynamic Punch comes through. Can go for one more fast move, go for the Crunch. Can we catch the move now? Let's see, Crunch coming through. It's going to get them low, and we can not catch. I thought they need one more fast move there, not gonna lie, but they only needed 2. Because they only needed the Side Strike. That's my own mistake. I thought they would need to go for the Dynamic Punch, and we just die on the move here as well, which is amazing. So, sadly, not a win there, but still a close one. We see a Snorlax coming in. This is a little bit of an awkward one, especially with a Pelipper in the lead. Pelipper in the lead is a Pokemon that you don't really want to face with this team as well, especially with the backline there. So we're going to swap out now. I expect them to go for Superpower, that's why I shield. Not the smartest decision, but because they definitely guarantee go for another Superpower now, I'm going to shield up the next move as well, keep my Skarmory healthy, and I will be able to most likely survive another Superpower afterwards as well, farming them all the way down, getting some energy, and trying to get some energy, especially against the opponent's Pelipper. As we will see, incoming here, HL Lapras. Okay, this is fine. I tried to catch the move here, didn't work out, but they're going to have to throw something anyway. And they're going to throw here the Surf, which we can take pretty easily. We can go ahead and go for one Drill Peck, try to CMP there potentially, but didn't work out there, but we can still get some damage on them. They're going to go for another charge move here, which is going to be this time around the Return. Why would you ever want to run Return on Lapras? Like, it is a decent-ish move, but you have Skull Bash already, which just buffs your defense, which is way better. But yeah, we see a Pelipper coming in now. We can go ahead and go for the Psychic Fangs, trying to debuff them a little bit. We're gonna get now into our Skarmory as well, and I'm pretty sure we survive one Weather Ball. We're pretty bulky, and we do survive one Weather Ball, allowing us to go for 2 Sky Attacks here. They are debuffed, so I think a Sky Attack might already be enough to knock them out. It might just be barely not enough. Let's see, it's just not enough there. But we can take one charge move from the opponent. This is looking pretty okay so far. Weather Ball coming through, I can farm them all the way down. They're gonna go into Lapras here, and I think I can just still knock them out here, right? Surf coming through, I think I can farm them all the way, and I do. Can I go for the charge move? I can go for the charge move, and we will be able to win this game here with the Steelix. Good game there. Next opponent coming in, we will see Empoleon against Pidgeot. This Pokemon is a Pokemon that my entire team can face pretty easily. They could go straight for the Brave Bird here if they wanted to. They would reach it just one turn before I get to my move, and they're gonna do exactly that, and they're going to swap into a Blastoise. Blastoise is such a strong, bulky Pokemon in this meta that my entire team kind of loses to it. Even my Empoleon doesn't really like it, because also your fast moves are resisted. So I'm going to get some damage on them here. I'm going to stay in here and try to force them to throw some energy against me and get them low, because my entire team wins already against the opponent's Pidgeot anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much there. I will be able to just go ahead and farm them all the way down here, and let's see, they actually still get to 2 moves. I'm just going to save all my shields for my Steelix, because I have the debuff chance there, of course. We have now a Brave Bird loaded, and we see a Lantern coming in. This looks really horrible here. We shield always the Surf here. Surf is going to do enough damage anyway, doing the most damage in general here. I will be able to go for one Psychic Fangs, trying to debuff the opponent, and this works out pretty well, as we can try to farm them all the way down here. They're going to most likely Feather Dance me, because it makes the matchup with the Lantern way easier, but at least we still have a way to remove those debuffs. And they might go for a Brave Bird here, would make some sense, and they do go for a Brave Bird here. Very smartly played by the opponent. I can go for one more fast move, have now basically 3 Psychic Fangs stored nearly. Psychic Fang comes through, we're gonna get the shield, we can go for another one, as this will be enough to also get some more damage on them. I can go for my Skarmory here, go for the Sky Attack, they're double debuffed, and I will be able to even reach another one, getting them even lower now, which allows me to go for another charge move here, which is going to be the Crunch soon. I still should be able to survive one Surf. The Lantern does basically 0 damage in this Ultra League meta here, it's not really that attack rated, so this allows me here to survive that pretty easily. Gonna go for one crunch here, and this crunch will knock them out. So, okay, one more fast move will knock them out. So actually, even this land turn, we were able to beat with a ground and a flying type Pokemon. That's kind of wild. We see a horrible lead and also a horrible save swap there. Of course, if I knew they would want to go into Machamp, I most likely would have went into my Flyer instead of my Steelix, but at least we can still go for Psychic Fangs here, which will be super effective. As they go for one cross chop here, they don't put me into a farm down range yet, but they're still going to be able to outspeed me to the next move, so I'm going to let this move go through there. I'm gonna go into my Empoleon because I know that I can outspeed them here, but I fear that they have another fighter in the back, and exactly that's what they're going to do here. They're going to have another fighter with a Surf Edge there. I can go for one Drill Peck, force the shield, I can go into my Skarmory, and again, this matchup is way worse than you might think. The matchup, Skarmory in general, I really don't like them on the Ultra League. Skarmory feels like so clunky and does basically no damage, and basically is not even that bulky either. So here we're sadly going to go ahead and go for some Sky Attacks. It's not going to do too much damage either, as we will be able to go for another one here. We try to catch the move onto our Empoleon, of course, but like this is going to be a tough one, as we see the Empoleon coming in now, and we will be able to take the move at least. Let's see what it's going to be. It's going to be the Icicle Spear. This don't have shields left anymore, and I still do have a shield left. Can we actually still win this? I'm going to shield this move up. It's going to be the Brave Bird. Can we farm them down? We have a move stored now. Can we throw the charge move in time? Let's see. We lose the MP. After all this, after basically coming back there from a matchup that seems really, really bad, I'm still going to be able to lose the MP there and lose the match because of this. That was kind of sad here. Next opponent, seeing a Lapras against us, we will be able to go ahead and go for some Drill Packs at least. Not a lot of, in general, legendaries so far, but here's a Cresselia, of course, when I say it, Cresselia comes in. I sure went earlier already into the Steelix, but here we, of course, have access to the move Crunch, which is going to help me out a little bit, as this will be super effective and might debuff the opponent's defenses, allowing me to get more farm from them, as we actually get the defense drop. Very lucky there for us. We can take those grass notes here also pretty easily, as we are only neutral against them. Of course, they're debuffed as well with the defense here, so we do more damage with our fast move. And we see here Grassnode not doing too much. We see the Lapras coming back in here. That's amazing, because we can now debuff them. Of course, they have access to Surf, which might be a little bit difficult to deal with, but here we have now a buffed Drill Peck because of the defense drop from the opponent. I'm actually going to shield this move up. It's going to be a Skull Bash, so the defense drop is basically now gone again. They got the buff here with the Skull Bash, which is a better move than return from the opponent before. See, we will be able to actually still take this one Skull Bash here, and I can go ahead and farm up to a Drill Peck and throw it now on the Surf, basically, on the same time they get to the Surf. This Drill Peck will knock them out. And we see the Cresselia coming back in, allowing me to go back into my own Steelix. I can still take one move here. And if they want to swap out, I will be able to just debuff whatever wants to come in here. And I can just farm them all the way. I'm gonna go for another charge move because I think they would have outsped me before I would get to the knockout. But now I can debuff whatever comes in, and it's going to be a Nidoqueen. It's going to be completely hard-rolled by the rest of the team. So this is going to be a good game. They already forfeit as well there. And we can go to the final game. Final game going to be Greedent. Greedent going to be a decent one for us, but also a little bit tricky. Let's see, we're going to be able to go for... not a Blastoise again. I hate Blastoise against me. Blastoise is so good in the Ultra League. Honestly, I actually might want to take a look at blue teams again, maybe next season or whatever for the Ultra League, because just of Blastoise there, Blastoise is going to be one of the best Pokemon there, Pidgeot as well together. And the core does still have, of course, the issue with the electric types, but not as much anymore, so I think blue's team for the Ultra League might be an interesting one to take a look at as well. But here we will see now the Sky Attack coming through. This will do a lot of damage if they would let it go through, but they don't let it go through, and I can just farm them all the way down now. They only have resisted moves. Hydrokin is the best move they can throw at me, and it's going to be exactly that. I can still have now a move stored, and we see a Machamp in the back. If it wasn't for Machamp, I would have been fine here, because I had like the energy lead, I had the shield lead, and now we have a move, like a match up here that I don't really want to have. Cross chop coming through, of course I have to shield, and of course they swap out perfectly into the Greedent. They're gonna go for the Crunch, which doesn't get the debuff, which is lucky for us. We can get the debuff with our Psychic Fangs, and we hopefully can swap out eventually. I'm going to try to get as much farm as possible here, as after I go for one more charge move here. Psychic Fang is going to do some nice damage here still. I will be able to take one more Crunch for sure, most likely two. They're gonna not get the defense drop still, going to be able to catch the move here of the opponent. But sadly, they can already swap out now, farm me down, and this is going to be it for the final game. Sadly doing this. But yeah, where would we rate this team or in general, this trainer? I would actually put this directly into the middle. The Pokemon itself are really good, the team comp is okay-ish, but there are some weaknesses that are glaring, so it was pretty okay-ish to play with it. I actually had some great fun with it, and I think I even went slightly positive. So yeah, this is going to be it for the video. Thanks for watching, see you next one, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!